What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to go over the two main exercises that I use to train the one arm pull up. And at the end, I'm going to give you an example workout using these two exercises. So make sure to stick around for that. So the first exercise is using a pulley system to do an assisted one arm pull up. You've probably seen assisted one arm pull ups before in different tutorials using like resistance bands or ropes or like something that's static. But since I've started using a pulley system, I much prefer it to any other method. I think it's one of the best ways to control exactly how much, actually I think it's the best way to control exactly how much assistance that you're actually using. And then you can measure your progress really easily by like slowly taking off less and less weight. It's really similar to using the assisted pull-up machine if you've ever seen those, but this is just a way that you can do it just using a bar. So the way that I actually use this is first I want to see where I'm at. So I basically do like a 1 rep max test, which involves finding the lightest amount of weight that I can put on the other side of the pulley while still being able to do 1 full rep. And then from there, I basically just work off the percentages. I do reps of between 3 and 5 and between 3 and 5 sets. Second main exercise I use is the one arm 90-degree lock-off. So the way that I use this is very similar to the way that I might do a hangboard. I basically hold it between 5 to 10 seconds, and then I try and repeat that for anywhere between like 3 to 6 reps. This is a really similar thing where I'll vary exactly how much resistance I have. Sometimes I'll actually use a resistance band to take a little bit of load off so I can hold on for even longer and take less rest. Sometimes I'll do it at body weight, and then sometimes I'll take like a 5 or 10 or 15 pound dumbbell. If I can do 15 pounds, I haven't done that in a very long time. And I'll basically just try and hold that between like 5 to 7 seconds. When I do it with the dumbbell, when I do it with the extra weight, that's typically when I have to take longer amounts of rest. When I do it with a resistance band, I still won't go over 10 seconds, but I'll just take like far less rest. So if I'm doing with dumbbell, I'm taking between like 2.5, 3 minutes rest. And if I'm doing it with the resistance band, then I'm usually taking like a minute and a half rest. Went with an 805 today. This stuff is also really good. I think it's a California beer. I haven't had a shitty beer on here yet. I guess I haven't really experimented too much past what I know that I like. So maybe next time I'll get wild and I'll try something. That's a gamble. We'll see. All right, so if I'm gonna put this in a workout, the way that I would typically do this is I would have the pulley assisted pull-ups, pulley assisted pull-ups, pulley assisted pull-ups, pulley assisted pull-ups. Woo! Jeez. As my first exercise. This is the exercise that's most closely resembling the one arm pull up, and especially as you drop the dumbbells further and further and you get closer and closer to body weight, this is going to be the one that is the hardest. What I would typically do for this is, because you have to do each arm differently and because your opposite arm is still helping pull a little bit, so if you're doing a one arm pull up on the right side, your left side is still pulling a little bit. I try and have like kind of extra rest. So I'll do something along the lines of an EMOM. What I'll do is something like every 2 minutes, I'll do 3 to 5 pull-ups on one side. So let's say the first 2-minute interval, I'll do 3 pull-ups on my right arm. Next 2-minute interval, I'll do 3 pull-ups on my left arm. Next 2 minutes, I'll do 3 pull-ups on my right arm again. So I basically have like 4 minutes rest in between each arm. That way I can really keep the intensity very high. And I don't have to be waiting around forever. I'm still only waiting, like less than 2 minutes just before switching to the other arm. So an example of what you can do 3 sets of every 2 minutes doing 3 pull-ups on each side. This is gonna essentially just take 12 minutes to do. If you have the time and you want to just focus on doing pulleys, I would definitely recommend doing 4 or 5 sets. Obviously, if it takes a lot longer, it's going to take 16, 20 minutes, or, it could obviously take less if you shorten the interval time. But as you shorten your rest period, you're also going to have to increase the assistance a little bit just so that you can complete all the reps. And then after I completed the pulley exercise, I'd probably take about like 4 or 5 minutes rest just to let my arms kind of like relax and recover. And then I would go into another EMOM type of workout using 90-degree one arm lock offs. So because I have just done the pulley workout, I would probably dial this back a little bit. So if I normally hold for, let's say, 5 seconds with a 5-pound dumbbell, I'd probably go back to body weight and just do less rest and just focus on getting in a lot of time under tension at a lower resistance than I would normally do. If I had switched these and I had done the 90-degree lock-off first, I would definitely do it with a dumbbell or do whatever the hardest progression that I can do. But because it's second, I'm going to be more fatigued, so I kind of just try and dial it back like 80 to 90% of what I would normally do. So for this, what I would probably do is another EMOM style workout where every 2 minutes I would hold for, let's say, 5 or 7 seconds at body weight. I would do the right arm first, and I would come down, shake out for like 10 seconds, and then jump right onto the left arm. I aim for like 5 sets of this just so I can get a lot of time under tension. So it's going to be a 10-minute workout by itself. And if you look at that, it's 10 minutes of lock off, 12 minutes for the pulley portion, and then any rest in between. Like, let's say that you took 6 full minutes, that's a half hour right there. Nope. Let's say that you took 8 minutes in between, that's a half hour right there. And if you do that at the end of a climbing session or at the end of any sort of workout, it's only half hour. It's really not bad, and it's super effective. These two exercises combined have always been what gets me back to being able to do one arm pull-ups like really confidently. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be starting a 6-week strength cycle for one arm pull-ups. And I'm just going to be documenting every single one of my workouts that I do. I'm going to post all of those on my Instagram, so definitely follow me there if you're interested in checking this out. I'll probably be doing about 2 sessions a week, focused solely on one arm pull-ups. And then at the end of my 6 weeks, I'll come back and report. We'll see how it is. And yeah, that's all I got for today. If you try any of these workouts, definitely tag me in it, comment below, give me your thoughts, whatever. Reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm happy to talk. I will always talk about this sort of shit. I love it. And if you want to see where I'm starting my 6-week cycle at, check out this video where I do my one arm pull-up test. That's all I got. Cheers, friends.